Hail! A few days ago, I put up a poll for you guys asking if I should voice over the next tutorial, aka this one, and the majority of you guys said yes. So here we are. Anyway, without wasting further time, let's just jump right into it. Open Gacha Club and choose a character you'd like to use. Today, Idaho is the victim, even though she was the victim in the last tutorial. How funny. Once you've made your choice, go on Other, then Hide, then on Body Map 1. After that, screenshot your character. Now we are going to erase the background, so go on the app you use to erase backgrounds. You can either use expained or background eraser, or any other app or method you find suitable. I use background eraser and I highly suggest it. If you're using background eraser and you're new to it, follow these steps. If you're not, skip this part, it's boring. Click on Load Photo and then look for a folder called Screenshots. Click on your screenshot. It will then take you to a small menu where you can crop it. I usually don't crop mine because when I do, my screenshots come out different sizes when I go onto my editing app. It's a pain. On the bottom of the screen, there are several tools used to erase the backgrounds. To save blood, sweat, and tears, use auto. If you want to use manual, go ahead. It's a painful process though. We don't need the body, so erase that too. When you're finished, click on Done on the top right corner of your screen. It will then take you to the final menu. This menu is used to smoothen out the edges of the contents of your image, like the head. As you can see, there are numbers on the bottom of the screen. They determine how strong the smoothness is. It basically removes any excess background around the contents of your image. For all body parts, I set it to 2. But for when I'm editing the eyes, I leave it at 1. Click on Save once you're done, then Finish. Now we're going to separate the parts. I use expained for that, but you can use other editing apps that suit you. If you're using expained, follow these instructions. Click on the plus at the bottom left of your screen and import your image. Click on Cancel if a pop-up menu arrives. Great! Now grab your lasso. To do that, click on the paintbrush at the bottom of your screen and look for lasso. Then select only a part of your image by circling it. Then go to the dotted square at the top of your screen and click on Cut. That saves whatever you selected onto your clipboard. Now go to that same square again and this time click on Paste. This brings back the selected part of your image back and puts it on a different layer from where you selected it. Do the same for however many hair parts there are on your character. Name them if you need to. Once you're done, go on your layers, which are on the bottom right of your screen. Close to them, there are 3 vertical dots. Click on them and click on Save Layer as Transparent PNG. Click on your other layers and do the same. Now open Alight Motion. Click on the plus at the very bottom of the screen. Once the customizing menu pops up, choose your preferred settings. I normally don't name my projects, but for this tutorial I will. I set my projects at 30 FPS and set the background to transparent. When you're done, click on Create Project. To import your image, click on the plus at the bottom right of your screen. Do this multiple times to import all of your parts. Set the pivot point. Just to clarify, I have received you don't know how many comments asking how you do this, and I have tried my best to explain as well as I can. If it is not still clear to you from my previous tutorials, please watch carefully to understand. Ooh, I sound so professional. Anyways, back to the video. To do this, click on any layer, then go and move and transform. Click on this icon right here. This is called the position tool. A dot in the middle will appear. Then use this pad to move the dot around. Once you've placed it where you wanted, click on the icon again to go back to moving the layer. Do this for all your layers. Now set them as they should be using the position tool. This part is optional, but for better view of what you're doing, go on this icon right here and click on Select All Layers, or click and hold here to select them one by one. Then zoom in and click on the layers. Your image is now zoomed in. We're on to the first method. Set bookmarks. They help move between selected times easier. This is also optional. Click on the layer to go and move and transform, and this time click on this. This is called the skew tool. Click on this diamond shape to add a keyframe. We're only using the first scale. Swipe in any direction you prefer. Once you're done, export. We're moving on to the second method. So we add an effect, go on distortion/warp, and then scroll all the way down and go to wave warp. Hey, I just want to say that this is a few days after recording all of the voices for the first part of the tutorial. And it's really weird. I thought I could finish it all in one day, but I guess not. And this is after uploading the XD meme, by the way. You can experiment with the bars on wave warp. I usually use wave warp for things like long hair, waving in the wind, or kind of underwater effects, or I use turbulence displacement. But otherwise I just use the normal skew tool. This method is for premium users. For those of you who don't have the premium version, you're going to have to stick to the first method, or you can explore and experiment and find different ways to animate the hair even without my tutorial. For wave warp, we don't need to add multiple keyframes because it has a feature called phase that makes it move on its own, so we only need 2 keyframes, one at the beginning and one at the end. Also, the reason why I'm not giving as much detail as before is because I realized that voicing over meant that you talked about random stuff. I think. My bad if I restarted. I wasn't exactly satisfied with how the video turned out, so I decided to restart and adjust some stuff. Another misconception that a lot of people commented on my previous tutorials is the fact that they don't know how to bring layers to back or front. All you have to do is click on a layer, not click on it, but hold it and then drag it down below any layer you want. Once you're done, export that too. Now we're going to go on to the finished results. I also tried to record a tutorial part for turbulence displacement, but it came out very laggy that I was like, no. But if you want to see the footage, here it is. Did you get this far? If you did, great job! Anyway, thanks for watching. I really enjoyed voicing over and making this tutorial overall. Stay tuned for bloopers at the end. Bye! Hey all, a few days ago, I asked something. Man, you won't believe how much I stammer. Why did I agree to this? Hey all, a few days ago, I put up a poll for you guys if this is so frustrating. I normally don't name my projects, but for this tutorial, I will. I set my projects at 30 FPS and set the background to transparent. When you're done, click on Create Project. To import your image, click on the plus at the bottom right of your screen. I keep messing this up! Once you've placed them where they should be, click on the layer you selected to go away from it. This part is optional, but for better viewership, waffle. Once you've placed them where you... Man, I'm about to give up and walk away.
I keep messing this up.